Letexia from France. All French officials this evening. Cyril Mounier and Mehdi Ramouni, the assistants, and fourth official Pierre Galusti, with Jerome Brissard in VAR this evening, and Willy Delajode as well. Whether VAR will be needed this evening remains to be seen. These two teams have played out some fantastic games of recent years, and of course Man City's last loss in the Champions League came here at the Santiago Bernabeu after extra time, where they lost by 3-1 in May 2022. But the game before that they did beat Real Madrid 4-3 at the Etihad, so the return leg is bound to be a classic. Both teams just do their final huddles up together before the start of this evening's fixture. A bit later in kicking off this evening, it will be Manchester City to get things underway, shooting right to left as we watch on in the first half in their changed attire of dark blue. Real Madrid, the Los Blancos, in all white, and they'll look to attack down the left-hand side quickly. Vinicius Jr. up towards the halfway line, takes it over halfway as well, looking for the early opportunity to the left corner of the penalty area, drives to the byline as well, shouts for handball as the cross made its way in. Grealish can stab it back though and allow Man City to break away through the centre. Fast start from Manchester City as well. Jack Grealish now up against Carvajal. Carvajal couldn't quite get the challenge in. Tchouaméni will slide in and receive an early yellow card as Jack Grealish down on the ground. Aurélien Tchouaméni in the book less than a minute in. Late challenge on Jack Grealish, who had the opportunity to push forward. And it's the away side with a free kick early on. Tchouaméni not happy with the decision by the referee, but will have to get back and start to work on his defensive duties. Haaland, of course, inside the penalty area. His free kick in a fairly dangerous position as Manchester City wait to decide a free kick taker. It's a fair distance away from goal, over 25 yards at least. Andre Lunin in goal, just punches his gloves together. Carvajal stands with Stones on the edge of the wall. Grealish and Silva over this free kick as the referee puts down the white paint. Might be Silva to take this one, left-footed, curls around the wall, what a goal! Bernardo Silva, only 2 minutes in. Can you believe it? Manchester City with an early goal. Free kick from distance. Bernardo Silva decided to use his left foot, curls it round the wall and round Andre Lunin as well. And only 2 minutes in, it's Real Madrid 0, Manchester City 1. Superb free kick, it caught out Real Madrid completely. The curve on the ball, Lunin managed to get a hand to it, but there was too much curve and power as the ball bounced off the ground into the roof of the net, and Pep Guardiola celebrates on the touchline. Bernardo Silva has set this tyre light already. It'll be Real Madrid to get things back underway. Carvajal plays across the back line. Some supporters still hadn't made their way to their seats in the ground. Some of the home supporters won't be too happy with what they've just seen. Lovely ball out to the left corner of the penalty area. Junior is waiting to make a run in, but it's cut away. Foden now can bring it clear for Manchester City towards the halfway line on the right hand side, but it will roll away for a Real Madrid throw, and Rudiger has the opportunity to throw across the back line. Tchouaméni shy of the centre circle, plays out to the left, and it's picked up by Ferland Mendy. All the way across the back line for Real Madrid as they look for the long ball towards Vinicius Jr. on the left wing, and Mendy with him as well, trying to make the run down the line, and it rolls away for a Manchester City throw. Carlo Ancelotti quite believe what's happened in these opening few minutes. Bearing in mind we've just ticked into the 5th and it's Real Madrid 0, Manchester City 1 live on Flash Score in this Champions League quarter-final first leg. Arsenal host Bayern Munich in the other as well this evening. 7 minutes gone, 0-0 in that game. You can keep up to date with what's going on the app as well as Real Madrid up towards the edge of the final third. Down the left instead, it's played across the midfield by Rudiger, out to Carvajal, right corner of the penalty area, back again to Camavinga this time. Madrid is being forced back to halfway. Cruz, Camavinga looks through the centre, trying to lay off Bellingham, who gets taken down to the ground. No free kick, says the referee, and Manchester City are allowed to escape. And Jack Grealish can try and set things moving once again. Rodri looks out to the right this time. Quick passing from the citizens as they move into the centre circle. Rodri will bring the ball through the middle, gives it away cheaply though, as Foden couldn't collect, puts in a challenge, taken away. Kovacic as well couldn't quite get onto the ball, and Real Madrid will slip the ball into the penalty area. It bounces around almost off Vinicius Junior as it was cleared away by John Stones. And now the home side are starting to come alive here. The ball nearly slipped through and Vinicius Junior nearly got a fortunate touch. Stefan Ortega just watched the ball sail wide. Will be a goal kick to Manchester City. You can keep up to date with all of the live statistics this evening on the app itself if you are listening by clicking stats. You can still listen at the same time as well. Keep an eye on the lineup, and if you've missed anything so far, there is live text commentary as well, and you can also use that to follow the Arsenal Bayern Munich game as well, as Manchester City now from the goal kick attack forward, played down the line up towards Haaland inside the penalty area, forces a good save from Lunin from the left corner of the 6-yard box. It's dragged back again. Grealish right-footed strike, still not away by Real Madrid as they block everything inside the penalty area, and eventually they can escape as well. Vinicius Junior looking to break forward and wins a free kick on halfway. No, says the referee, waves away any opportunity. End to end already. We're only 7 minutes in. Foden looks across halfway, back to Silva this time. Laid out to the right hand side towards Grealish. Instead Manchester City will play across their back line again. Akanji. Stones looks out to Akanji, right at centre of his own half, towards the middle of the park as City look to push forward again. Turning on the right wing is Silva. Rodri just inside the centre circle. Holding Manchester City to keep the ball across their back line for now. Kovacic will try and play the ball down on the right hand side, and just not quite picked up by Gvardiol. It's Pep Guardiola singing the praises on the touchline at the moment, on the edge of his technical area, arms crossed, watches on, suited and booted this evening as well. Lunin inside his 6-yard box, just looking to clear the ball away, plays short right to Tchouaméni. Cruz now that right corner of his own penalty area, just plays back dangerously. Grealish now closing down the Real Madrid keeper, who has to clear long out to the left. Well picked up though by Ferland Mendy. Manchester City keeping their opponents deep inside their own half. Long ball out to Carvajal, has to go back into his own penalty area again as it's given away cheaply. Manchester City will try and attack. Grealish watching the ball off his shoulder, given away in possession. Away for a Real Madrid throw on the right hand side, midway inside their own half. Haaland so close to making it 2, just on the edge of the 6-yard box, forcing a hand away from Lunin, and a strong right hand at that, otherwise it was creeping in at his near post. Carvajal in the meantime looks to set the ball free through the centre. Bellingham and Vinicius Junior will chase on. Stones collects at the back inside the D, and Manchester City will escape again. Silva down to Grealish, still shy of halfway on the left hand side this time. 30 yards away from their own goal mouth, Manchester City, as they build up in a line towards halfway. Stones plays into the middle with Rodri. Rodri across to the left, and now City will look to push out wide, and Grealish approaching the edge of the final third, 18 yards away from goal. Back again this time to Kovacic. Silva. Manchester City being forced back to halfway as Silva stands on the halfway line, right through the centre. Once again, turned by Gvardiol. And over to the right this time. Kanji looking for that through ball again. Haaland stands forward, goes over to the right with Foden this time, played across the back line for Manchester City, who are keeping hold of the ball well at the moment. Gvardiol looks out left, picked up by Kovacic. Plays a quick 1-2 with Foden. Out to the right hand side this time, and Silva will look to burst in towards the edge of the penalty area. Played short back towards Akanji this time, and Manchester City lose out on possession. Cruz puts in a good challenge, and it allows Real Madrid to break away. Vinicius Junior down the left hand side, and stolen in possession by John Stones. So we've played 11 minutes, Real Madrid 0, Manchester City 1. Bernardo Silva's goal after 2 minutes from a free kick separating the two sides. And Bukayo Saka has just made it 1-0 to Arsenal against Bayern Munich after 13 minutes as Real Madrid win the ball back in midfield. Carvajal looks out to the right, it's played back towards Valverde. Valverde further back as well. City holding the high line at the moment. Lunin plays short from the back, cross from Camavinga. Taking their time to push forward at the moment, and Cruz looks for the long ball out to the right hand side. Carvajal up against Grealish, just knocks it back towards halfway. Camavinga now pushing through the right hand side, it's played instead over to the left, switch from Valverde, picked up well by Rodrigo. Rodrigo up to the edge of the penalty area, just taking his time. Back again to Cruz midway inside his own half. Real Madrid looking to the attacking half quickly. Cruz now brings it forward. Played out towards Camavinga. Good 40 yards away from goal at the moment. Across to Cruz once again, squared over to the left. Cruz now right-footed ball out to Carvajal, up to the edge of the penalty area once again. Carvajal back to Camavinga again. Camavinga turning away from Grealish, might be able to approach the edge of the D. Camavinga deflected shot, and it's 1-1. Just like that, Real Madrid with their first real attacking opportunity. Camavinga let loose from 25 yards away. It took a deflection on the way through to catch out Stefan Ortega, but it nestles into the back of the net, and just like that, on 13 minutes it's 1-1. Just got away from Jack Grealish, did Camavinga, and took a deflection off Ruben Diaz just to wrong-foot his goalkeeper. A left-footed powerful strike, and there's nothing really the Manchester City keeper could have done with that. Jack Grealish just lost his man, and Real Madrid will look to pounce on this. As Manchester City give the ball away across the back, allows Cruz to collect the ball. Lunin, edge of his penalty area, plays out to the right hand side, trying to win the header is Bellingham. And eventually the ball knocks away, but for a Manchester City throw. Bellingham telling his team to urge their way over to the near side and get hold of the ball once again. City stuck in possession across the back line. Diaz brings it into the centre circle, looks forward through the middle, nearly given away by Kovacic. Foden out to the left corner of the penalty area. Now Grealish approaches the edge of the box, flicks it into the penalty area. Lunin with a safe catch, and will look to distribute away quickly. The home supporters bouncing up and down at the moment behind Andre Lunin. And the ball set free down the left hand side, and Rodrigo's through one-on-one with the goalkeeper. If he can get away from the defenders. Rodrigo, short pass. Oh, it's superb! Rodrigo, just like that, makes it Real Madrid 2, Man City 1. Had two defenders next to him, Rodrigo. Just cool as you like. Passed it underneath the legs of Ortega. It felt as though it was going to take an age for the ball to roll in. Rodrigo on 14 minutes makes it Real Madrid 2, Manchester City 1. It was a short pass out from Lunin that set the ball rolling, and well on inside his own half and onside as well, as Rodrigo ran forward. Akanji couldn't get there, Stones, Diaz as well. It was just a simple roll in. Rodrigo got the ball caught in his feet and poked it through the City defender's legs. Might have just taken a touch off Akanji's toe to take it again round Ortega. But Rodrigo, clever footwork. Ortega just couldn't snatch it with his left hand. Manchester City are furious at the moment, but they'll run forward again up to the edge of the penalty area. Haaland, right edge of the box now. Back down the line to Silva, just trying to turn away from his marker. Valverde trying to not put a challenge in. Played into the penalty box, and Foden slipped over as the ball landed in Lunin's hand. It will just be an easy clearance away for Real Madrid, who have turned this game around completely in the opening 15 minutes, and there could be plenty more goals to follow as well. These two teams never fail to entertain. Madrid break forward on the right wing once again. This time Bellingham sets the ball free through the middle. Valverde looks out to the left-hand side as the hosts play back into their own half, and no threat now from Manchester City, who Guardiola furious on the edge of his technical area now with hands around his face. And straight down to his technical assistants on the bench and asking for reasons why things had happened and where his players were meant to be, why they weren't where they were. No stopping Real Madrid though when they're on the attack, and Carvajal plays a lovely ball into the attacking half, trying to find Bellingham. Stones wins the ball in the air. Back to Ortega this time, short to Diaz. Stones back to Ortega under pressure from Vinicius Jr. Plays high into the centre circle, won back by Carvajal, who can nod back to his goalkeeper. Elsewhere at the Emirates, Arsenal 1, Bayern Munich 1. Now as Serge Gnabry equalises for the away side. Of course, Harry Kane coming up against Arsenal, this time not in a Tottenham Hotspur shirt, and maybe they want to get a goal against the Gunners. And City play out from the back as the long ball from Carvajal went to nothing. Under pressure though is Grealish. Played back to Diaz, brings it forward up towards halfway, looks out to the left where Grealish has resumed position once again. Played high into the centre circle, an opportunity for Silva to bring the ball forward. Plays short left to Kovacic. Through to Haaland, just drops back into the heart of midfield as it's fizzed out towards Grealish now. To the edge of the final third once again, just turns back to halfway, Jack Grealish, under a bit of pressure from Carvajal. Rodri looks out to the right this time, trying to play the ball down the line, finds Silva well inside the penalty area, drives to the byline, straight into the hands of Lunin. Great work from Manchester City to walk the ball down to the right hand side and suddenly just show a turn of pace. But speaking of showing a turn of pace, Real Madrid, after going 1-0 behind after just 2 minutes, scored twice in the space of just over a minute as well, as they look to launch quickly once again. Left-footed strike on the edge of the penalty area from Valverde, straight into the hands of Ortega. Quick clearance away again from Andre Lunin. Left-footed strike from Valverde. Well watched by the City keeper. It'll be Manchester City again to keep hold of possession across the back line. Gvardiol back to the right. Kanji brings the ball through the centre. Kovacic will look to play down the line. Foden in front with Haaland as well. Instead it's back out to the right hand side, and Akanji look to bring the ball forward into the centre circle. Diaz just looks for options, walks on the ball, stands on the ball, looking left and right. Whether he'll make the pass or not remains to be played, as does eventually go out to Akanji. Back over to the left, Silva walks forward with the ball. Akanji, nowhere to go. Goes all the way back, near enough to the edge of his own penalty area. Ruben Dias now turns up against one of Bellingham, and it's given away in the midfield. Cruz will collect for Real Madrid, and Manchester City, complacent on the ball, have given it away. Real Madrid now with a chance to pass the ball across their back line as we approach the midpoint of the first half. Real Madrid 2, Manchester City 1, live on flashscore.co.uk and the mobile app as well. Bernardo Silva scoring after just 2 minutes with a fantastic curled free kick from over 25 yards away, round the goalkeeper of Lunin and the wall as well. 13 minutes though is when Real Madrid equalise. Camavinga with a deflected effort just from the edge of the D took its way past Ortega, and then Rodrigo set free on the left hand side, managed to escape 2 defenders and coolly slot the ball into the back of the net as well. And that's where we stand in this game at the moment, as Manchester City look to break forward once again to the centre of the attacking half. Silva plays the ball short out to the left hand side. Grealish now approaches the edge of the penalty area, trying to turn away from Carvajal. Back out to the edge this time. Gvardiol, left corner, just turns back towards his own half. Foden nowhere to go. Kept alive though. Kovacic. Ruben Dias looks out to the right this time. Akanji further out to Silva. Silva now under pressure from Rudiger. Plays up to the right corner of the penalty area with Foden this time. Come of it so far. Switching play, Manchester City, as Grealish collects. The pressure from Carvajal again. Gvardiol, quick pass from Stones given away. Headed forward by Kovacic, and Haaland couldn't quite get onto the end of the ball, and it will set Real Madrid free on the right hand side, as running forward is Rodrigo, this time on the right hand side of the penalty area. Vinicius Junior just runs into trouble. Will be blocked away for a Real Madrid throw on this near side. Lightning fast start from both teams, and Real Madrid of course with 9 days rest. Manchester City with 2 wins out of their last 2, but prior to that 2 draws in the Premier League, 1 win in the FA Cup against Newcastle. Lost in a while, Manchester City though, especially not in this competition. Real Madrid with Cruz in the centre circle, showing a bit of trickery with Bellingham as well. Out to the left, Rodrigo resuming position, with Vinicius Junior just losing out on possession. Giving back to Bernardo Silva, who's throwing his arms up in frustration in the moment. No one really to pass the ball directly to, as Stones looks further back towards his own goal. 20 yards away from his own goal line as well, as it's passed out to the right. Akanji now with a bit of space to run forward into. Silva hugging the right touchline. Instead it's forward to Foden. Lays back into the centre circle. Kovacic out to the left with Gvardiol. Further out to Grealish now, up to the left corner of the penalty area. Will drive, try and get past Carvajal. Pokes the ball to the edge of the D and just cut away by Cruz. Out to Rodrigo. Inside his own half, Rodrigo turns, looks towards the byline, concedes a throw-in. 12 yards away from goal. Gvardiol looks to throw back into play. Does eventually back to Kovacic, to the centre of the attacking half, and now an opportunity for Silva to take the ball over to the far side of the pitch, played back into the middle once again. Akanji just couldn't quite find an option, so Diaz collects in the centre circle. Akanji once again. Rodri stands shy of centre. So it goes to Silva now. Rodri in the attacking half of the centre circle. Forward quickly to Kovacic, looking to take it through into the edge of the penalty area. Cut away by Real Madrid, and Carvajal couldn't find the poke ball through to Bellingham. The two of them throw their thumbs up in appreciation of the attempted pass. And Manchester City can break forward again. Looking out to the left-hand side this time, instead cut to the right. Rodri goes through the middle as he decides to. Kovacic looks for the long ball through towards Haaland, and in the end it drops into the hands of Lunin. Real Madrid will be able to clear away. Eventually 2 goals in quick succession, Camavinga and Rodrigo give Real Madrid that 2-1 advantage. Look again out to the left-hand side. Rodrigo at the ball once again, up to the left corner of the penalty area, just cuts back. So Real Madrid will look to attack from maybe a different angle. Cruz out to the left with Rodrigo. Back to Cruz again, just stands over halfway. Cruz now looking on his right foot to switch possession, just stands, waits for the option. Back into the centre circle once again. Rudiger it forward up to the edge of the penalty area. Right-footed strike from distance from Vinicius Jr. high over the bar, asking for a potential corner and a deflection on the way through, but I don't think the referee is going to award anything like that. It will be a goal kick taken quickly by Ortega out to Diaz. To Ortega once again. Really clear towards his own manager on the edge of his technical area, and it will be a throw-in down the line from Carvajal, right edge of the box this time. Bellingham just runs towards the corner flag, looks for the cheeky back flick but can only concede a throw. Gvardiol will attempt to clear away from danger, just looks down the left-hand touchline but instead might just opt to go back towards his own goal dangerously. Instead does go for the option down towards Haaland, stands on halfway, hugging the left touchline, just takes a deflection off his knee and away for a Real Madrid throw. Issuing instructions. It's thrown back from Carvajal to Cruz now, who resumes a centre-back position. To Tchouaméni, further back to his goalkeeper. Lunin plays forward out to the right hand side. Tchouaméni, quick passing as Valverde now finds Carvajal through the middle, played over to the left this time, and Mendy can take it forward. Looks out to Rodrigo, cuts in from the left hand side. Bellingham plays further out left. Once again it's back to Bellingham again, just teasing on the edge of the final third as he finds the pass out to the right. Tchouaméni, quick passing now from Real Madrid as they look to break through this Manchester City defence, slipping over Gvardiol up against Valverde, but wasn't facing the right way, so went back to the centre circle. Cruz looks out to the left this time. Mendy just couldn't quite find the through pass. Back to Cruz once again, looks out to the right channel. Goes over halfway, flicked on by Carvajal, given away in the centre circle. Carvajal slides in on the challenge. Referee does award a free kick to Manchester City in the end. And I'll take it quickly as well. Silva hugs the right touchline, centre of the attacking half. Into the centre circle. Carried over from Rodri. Gvardiol back to Stones. Manchester City now will play the slow passing, moving possession. Diaz out to Akanji, approaches the edge of the final third, and Akanji just looking for the place to turn with Silva in support as well. Further back to Diaz. Manchester City, despite their lively start, have just been contained by Real Madrid. Haaland did have an opportunity inside the 6-yard box at the near post, which was palmed away. Each bit of passing gives the ball straight back in the heart of midfield, and a challenge on Camavinga by Foden in the end, and will give Real Madrid a free kick. Foden just couldn't quite win the ball away. And there's a free kick to Real Madrid, just shy of halfway. Cruz plays short towards Bellingham. Across the back line, Rudiger looks out to Carvajal, looks to play down the right hand side, blocked by the chest of Jack Grealish. And half an hour gone, Real Madrid 2, Manchester City 1. No goal since the 14th minute, but a lightning start from both sides, and since it's been fairly contained between the two. Real Madrid perhaps have had the better of the opportunities. Right-footed ball from the back line. Rudiger finds a lovely pass towards Carvajal, keeps himself onside as well, up to the left corner of the penalty area. Bellingham on his right foot, straight down the throat of Ortega. So nearly a third for Real Madrid, but the ball set free out on the left. Grealish now trying to turn away from Rudiger, who puts the pressure on him. Finds the ball through the middle. Rodri takes it up to the edge of the penalty area, out to the right hand side, right corner now. Bernardo Silva inside the box, just stands looking up against Rodrigo. Has to cut back though towards halfway. No one to pass to down the line or making the runs down the channel, but Manchester City still have possession. Taken forward by Rodri. Back towards Akanji. Looks out to the left where, waiting in the line, Rodri once again. Diaz now attacking point to the centre circle. Stuff against the white paint as it's switched out towards the right again. Diaz looks out to Silva. Silva will bring the ball forward on the right hand side, just in the middle of the park, and Kanji plays further over. Gvardiol will collect. Have to turn back to halfway under pressure now, as chasing down was Bellingham. Ortega out to the left, collected quickly by Gvardiol, nearly slips on the ball. There's a loose pass back to Diaz, who collects well midway inside his own half. Quick passing in the centre circle as Foden will look to drive the ball forward for Manchester City. Haaland just looking to work his way through the middle of the two defenders behind him. Out to the left, and Grealish once again will collect, looking to approach the edge of the penalty area. Cuts away on his right foot past Carvajal. Back to Rodri, turns left-footed inside the box, drops towards Grealish. Grealish with right-footed strike, just blocked away. Back towards Kovacic, and Real Madrid can clear away again. Back flick, and it allows Rodrigo to break over halfway. Real Madrid will look to play forward again. Rodrigo, Vinicius Junior, left corner of the penalty area, drives up against Diaz. Rodrigo back towards the edge of the box, and not far away the strike from Rodrigo. From one end to another, as Grealish pulled the ball away. It was played back towards Rodrigo at the other end, who just sliced his right-footed strike wide of goal. Perhaps Stones would have got the block on the ball. The Real Madrid breakaway, almost the breakaway third. Long ball forward from Ortega, finds Haaland trying to turn away from Rudiger. Played back to Lunin, chased down by Foden. At the Emirates, it's Arsenal 1, Bayern Munich 2 now. It's both English clubs this evening taking a 1-0 lead and being pegged back, and have a guess at who the goal scorer was for Bayern Munich from the penalty spot as well. Harry Kane. As Manchester City give the ball away at the back, and Ruben Dias makes a vital challenge in the centre circle. Jude Bellingham down on the ground, but the referee allows play to continue. Grealish approaches the edge of the final third. Bellingham still down on the ground for now, as Rodri looks to play it forward, and eventually Real Madrid will break away. Still down on the ground, Bellingham is played forward by Rudiger. Vinicius Junior will be set free to the edge of the penalty area, just nudges down John Stones inside the box, and it will be a free kick to Manchester City. 16 yards away. Bellingham back on his feet eventually. Ball won fairly by Ruben Dias, just left a trailing leg. But Bellingham wasn't going to get to the ball first. Ancelotti wasn't too happy with the decision, as Jude Bellingham has a word with the referee. It was Harry Kane in the other game, tucking home for Bayern Munich, scoring from the spot. Celebrated in front of the Arsenal fans as well. Of course, you can keep up to date with that game on the Flash Score app using the live text and the statistics as well. While you still listen to this game here at the Santiago Bernabeu, Real Madrid 2, Manchester City 1. 10 minutes to go until half-time. Long ball forward from City, looks to find Haaland. Just turns back to the edge of the penalty area. Silva will drive through the middle again. Up to the edge of the D. Bernardo Silva on his left, trying to get the shot away. Has to play back to Foden and into the centre circle with Diaz. It's out to the left. Manchester City will try and play forward again. Grealish now. Back to Gvardiol. Into the centre circle. Diaz. There's a quick pass out to Akanji, back to Diaz again. Akanji, as Diaz gets shoved down to the ground by Jude Bellingham, maybe in a bit of retaliation. An easy free kick for Manchester City. Ruben Diaz just having a word with the referee. Jude Bellingham maybe getting a bit of payback. It was just a nudge on his shoulder, enough to take Ruben Diaz down. Just had a stern word with the referee, the Manchester City captain. City will get things back underway once again. Long ball out to the right, this time picked up by Stones in an attacking position. Stones up against Mendy, turns back to Foden, further back to Akanji, helped on. Back to Diaz in the centre circle. Haaland drops deep into midfield to try and get things moving once again. Something that a lot of strikers tend to do in the Premier League these days. It's given away though. Allows Vinicius Junior to make a run forward, and a yellow card as he gets taken down to the ground for a Manchester City defender. Vinicius Junior just trying to worm his way through, and Bernardo Silva gave the ball away. Akanji just came over, conceding the foul and picking up a yellow card on 37 minutes. Player apiece in the book this evening so far, as we approach half-time in this Champions League quarter-final first leg. Carvajal trying to turn away from Gvardiol. Ortega gets the ball passed back to him to clear away, knocked forward again into the attacking third, this time by Tchouaméni. And eventually it's cleared all the way back to Rudiger, who stands midway inside his own half through the centre. Tchouaméni back to Rudiger again, still in the same position. Across left to Kroos, goes back into his own penalty area with Lunin under pressure from Haaland as he clears away out to the right. Carvajal flicks a head on, and not quite making the attacking run was Valverde, who just dropped back into a defensive midfield role out on the right wing and allows Manchester City possession back inside their own half again. As Ortega plays to the left edge of his own penalty area. Ruben Diaz slips over on the surface but keeps the ball at his feet. Short pass forward towards Kovacic. Played over from Gvardiol to the right. Akanji up against Rodrigo, nearly snatched the ball away from him. Akanji just keeps the ball at his feet, as down on the ground is Rodrigo at the moment, still staying down. Manchester City will still be allowed to attack forward through into the attacking half. Played to Gvardiol again. Rodri now to the edge of the final third, out to the right, and Silva will work his way into the penalty area. Foden, right corner of the penalty area, left-footed ball swung in towards the box, and well, it wasn't far away as Lunin watched it sail over his head. Referee calls for attention in the meantime to Rodrigo. Lunin just watched the ball sail wide, and the angle perhaps was quite far away. Akanji, as he wrestles for the ball, maybe a slight elbow in the face of Rodrigo, but I think there's any real harm. The Real Madrid player still down on the ground, will receive treatment from the physios, and just a small stoppage in play for now, and we may check this very quickly on VAR, but whether it will come to prevail remains to be seen. In the meantime, coming up on Flash Score, 2 more Champions League quarter-finals tomorrow evening, both kicking off at 8 o'clock. Atletico Madrid against Borussia Dortmund, coverage from Mark Strange, and Paris Saint-Germain against Barcelona, David Farini all over that one for you as your commentator. And then on Thursday, it's Europa League action. Bayer Leverkusen against West Ham at 8 o'clock. Henry Deacon covering that one. Benfica against Marseille with Mark Strange. Liverpool against Atalanta with Josh Smith. David Farini covering AC Milan against Roma. And it'll be myself covering the Europa Conference League game between Aston Villa and Lille at 8 o'clock on Thursday evening. And then a full fixture of fixtures on Saturday as well in the Premier League. Some Bundesliga action, Serie A, Eredivisie and La Liga as well. All leagues being covered on Flash Score over the weekend, and of course into next week as well with the return legs of these fixtures, as the game back underway at Santiago Bernabeu. Real Madrid 2, Manchester City 1, as we tick into the final 5 minutes plus stoppage time of the half. And in the way the roof shut this evening, of course the ground in redevelopment, and an enclosed roof with air conditioning around as well, and a fantastic outlook onto the pitch no matter where you sit in the stadium. Manchester City trying to win the ball back in the centre of midfield, going down to the ground, winning no free kick is Camavinga. Foden tries to reach the ball on the right hand side. It's played back to Akanji. Akanji looks forward, taken away though, and Rodrigo can set Vinicius Junior free up to the left corner of the penalty area. Vinicius Junior on his right foot, still going, gets the shot away, but Ortega in the right place to make the save, and a comfortable one again. But no one could get near Vinicius Junior inside the penalty area. Stones was backtracking Akanji as well. Maybe they both just did enough to stop a cleaner strike from Vinicius Junior, but Manchester City, warning signs have been shown. Not to the right from them as Foden just cuts back to Akanji on the right hand side of halfway to the, what we call the right corner of the attacking half, really, tucked away up in the right hand side. Drops back into the centre circle with Diaz, looking to take it through the middle. Rodri up to the right once again, further back to halfway. Akanji in that sort of spot where the halfway line meets the touch line. Eventually the ball passed back to Ortega, 20 yards away from goal outside his penalty area, walks to the edge of the D, looking for options to play forward quickly. Short pass to Stones, back across to Diaz this time, further back to Stefan Ortega, left-footed clearance over halfway this time, try and set Foden free, eventually finds Haaland in the centre circle, couldn't quite control though, and allows Real Madrid to break forward quickly into the attacking third, and nearly slipped to Bellingham, who might have just been in an offside position. Ball back to Ortega. No goals in the game since the 14th minute. Rodrigo, the most recent goal scorer, to make it 2-1 to the home side. And Real Madrid, who enjoy knocking out English opposition, and have done in their last 3 visits to the quarter-final stage. 16 wins from their last 21 European home games as well. It's a fantastic record for the Los Blancos. Manchester City will look to get a goal back, maybe. Real Madrid will try and attack for a third. Guardiol to the centre of the attacking half, passes across to Rodri, trying to find some work on his right foot and eventually gets the ball nicked away by Cruz. Rodrigo now will run up to halfway, trying to work his way past Akanji, and eventually it comes off Rodrigo, who whacks his arm almost down to the ground in frustration. He thought it was a Real Madrid throw, instead it is a Manchester City one. Thrown to Diaz into the centre circle, brings it forward into the attacking half, out to the right this time with Silva. Silva now looking forward again, Foden still out on the right by Manchester City. Brought back towards halfway once again. In the meantime, it's half-time at the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal 1, Bayern Munich 2. Manchester City looking to make it 2-2 here before half-time. Tick into added time at the end of the first half, and just the 3 minutes added on. The referee waves away protests of a foul once again for Real Madrid, and Foden brings it forward. Rodri looks out to the left. Grealish will try and attack down the left-hand side if he can. Grealish now turns away from Carvajal and tries to, still left corner, slips the ball down towards the byline. Rodri scoops over the top of the goalkeeper. Haaland rising in the penalty area, couldn't keep his head down, concedes a free kick in the process, just jumping on the back of Ferland Mendy. The referee indicating for a free kick to Real Madrid. A few shouts for handball in the build-up to that off John Stones. I think that's what the referee has given the free kick for in the end, and Real Madrid play short out from the back, short to Camavinga, plays over to the left, Ferland Mendy back to Rudiger inside his own penalty area. Tchouaméni will look to bring the ball forward himself this time. Cruz to Tchouaméni again, hooks the right touchline as he looks to play to Bellingham towards halfway. Valverde nearly concedes possession, but Real Madrid will break on the right hand side once again. Vinicius Junior up towards the edge of the penalty area, right footed ball blocked away and all the way back into the hands of Ortega. There's Rodri just through his right boot at the ball. A bit more power behind the effort, it could have gone away for a corner, but Man City will now break on the left as Grealish just drops back forward into his own half, and Vardiol through to Kovacic. Out to the right hand side, inside the attacking half now Manchester City, as Akanji looks forward, out to the right with Foden now. Foden up to the right corner, Stones back again to Rodri. Rodri runs into pressure, out towards Bernardo Silva, keeps it across the byline, up to the right corner flag. Back again though to Akanji, looks to swing the ball in on his right foot if he can. City running out of time in the first half to try and find the equalising goal. Ruben Diaz now teases on the edge of the final third. Back out to the right with Foden just turning into trouble. Diaz, Man City might just venture out to the left this time. Grealish looking for the passing opportunity. Diaz out to Akanji. Akanji down the line towards Silva now, edge of the penalty area, looking to slip the ball through and given away eventually. And Cruz now might be able to break things away for Real Madrid as they look to attack towards the halfway line. Played forward to Vinicius Junior, and it's an opportunity 3-on-3 for Real Madrid. Left corner of the penalty area now with Rodri. Vinicius Junior just looking to scoop the ball into the penalty areas. Running through the centre was Bellingham. Real Madrid couldn't quite make the attack pay off, and Man City will break forward. Akanji short to Rodri, slipped away is Haaland, and it gives Rudiger the opportunity to push forward. Rudiger breaks through and the half-time whistle blows, and Carvajal all over the referee as Rudiger was making a lovely run down the left-hand side, but the referee saw the clock, and it is half-time here at the Santiago Bernabeu. Manchester City open the scoring after 2 minutes. Bernardo Silva curled a free kick over 25 yards away, round the wall on the left edge of the box and round the keeper as well to the near post. But Camavinga, they equalise things up on 30 minutes. A deflected strike into the back of the net past Ortega, and then Rodrigo wormed his way around Akanji and Ruben Diaz as well, just to slot the ball past Ortega. But since then, neither team have been able Bernardo Silva scoring after just 2 minutes before Camavinga and Rodrigo made it 2-1 to the home side. Almost ready for the start of the second half as referee François Letexier of France will get things back underway. Real Madrid shooting right to left as we're back underway in this second 45 minutes. Bit of an extended half-time break almost, as minutes added on at the end of the first half, of course. Real Madrid shooting right to left as we watch on. Manchester City left to right, and Real Madrid almost finding the perfect start as well, looking down the left channel, but it rolled all the way through to Ortega. Manchester City look to play from the back and look forward as well. There's Diaz, just on the centre line of the defensive half for Manchester City. It goes all the way back to Ortega under a bit of pressure by Bellingham inside the 6-yard box. The Diaz chips the ball, Ortega over towards Akanji on this right hand side, who will look to drive towards halfway. Akanji over halfway to Foden, just gets nudged down on the ball and wins a free kick right on the halfway line, and Foden just being shoved around by Ferland Mendy, the two of them being watched by the match officials this evening. No need for Jerome Blissard or Willy Delajorde of the VAR to get involved this evening just yet anyway, as Manchester City look across the back line. Stones just stands shy of the centre circle, plays forward to try and find a ball through to Kovacic, further back to Ortega inside his own penalty area, and Akanji struggles to get the ball clear, eventually finds Kovacic midway inside his own half to get the pass away. Made across to Rodri under all sorts of pressure at the moment, and eventually gets awarded a free kick. Otherwise Eduardo Camavinga would have been straight through on goal up against Ortega. Just pulled Rodri back. Man City a goal away from equalising, but having taken the lead only 2 minutes in, feel hard done by. Not really been able to create too many chances, as Haaland really came closest just on the edge of the 6-yard box. Here is Haaland out on the left this time, brings it into the edge of the final third. Back to Grealish now, looks out towards the left corner of the penalty area, turning away. Here's Camavinga, who gets dragged down to the ground by Haaland, still hugging the right touchline, and it will be a Real Madrid free kick and nothing more. They look to play it quickly. Out on the right hand side, Real Madrid, and Haaland just catching his man. Real Madrid give the ball away in the attacking half though. Straight forward for Man City to press forward. Foden up to the edge of the penalty area, turned well by Silva, looks out to the left. Grealish now inside the penalty area, turning away from Carvajal on his right foot. Grealish over the bar, tried from an angle to curl a shot towards goal, turned Carvajal on his right foot, just couldn't quite get the angle right though. Carvajal did just enough maybe to get in the way of Jack Grealish's strike, and chance disappears for Manchester City, but plenty of time to maybe find a few more. Of course, Kevin De Bruyne, Julian Alvarez on the bench, even Teus Nunes as well, who's not shy of scoring goals on a big stage. Rodri, midway inside the attacking half, looks back towards Stones, to Rodri again. Grealish hugging the left touchline. Might eventually get to him. Kovacic has other ideas though, to try and venture through the centre. No explosive runs yet from Manchester City, as Bellingham nearly nicks the ball away from him. Diaz in the centre circle, lovely ball out to the left, and now the ball set free to the left edge of the penalty area. Foden, chip ball in towards the box. Haaland couldn't quite get there, headed away by Mendy, only as far as Grealish up against Carvajal. Grealish will turn back 20 yards away from goal to Rodri, further back to Grealish, now 30 yards away from goal. Just gets taken down, and it will be a free kick to Manchester City in a very dangerous area as well. Vinicius Junior committing the foul on Jack Grealish, who showed his quick feet and trickery, maybe just adventuring into the free roll that Pep Guardiola could have told him he has now in the second half. Jack Grealish, who was out on the left and cut into the centre, something we saw him do at Aston Villa for quite a while as he worked his way towards his move to Manchester City a couple of seasons ago. Andre Lunin lines up his wall. Bernardo Silva, no doubt, is all over this one. That is indeed, as he steps back looking to maybe curl another free kick in. This one's more central as well. Silva blasts the ball against the wall. And City asking for a foul on the edge of the box as John Stones fell over or got dragged down. It remains to be seen as free kick from Bernardo Silva, blasted straight into the wall. In the meantime, Ferland Mendy wins a quick free kick for Real Madrid as they look to break away. Bellingham taken back by Foden, and now Haaland out to the right hand side. Silva has options to his left and right as well. Silva drives in towards the edge of the penalty area, and eventually it's taken away by Real Madrid, and Bellingham can try and set off the next attack for the home side. Out on the left hand side, hugging the touchline with Vinicius Junior further out left as well. That's where it goes, up against Akanji. Just turns back towards Kroos this time. Rodri just trying to nick the ball away from Rodrigo. Vinicius Junior back to Kroos inside the final third. Real Madrid. Bellingham, quick short passing between the two as they pat and walk around inside the attacking half. Eventually it drops back towards Camavinga. Long ball over on the left hand side, drives through the penalty area and away for a Manchester City goal kick. Elsewhere in the quarter-finals, Arsenal 1, Bayern Munich 2. Arsenal opened the scoring after 12 minutes in the game. Bukayo Saka assisted by Ben White, before Sergei Gnabry equalised for Bayern Munich, and Harry Kane scoring from the spot on the half-an-hour mark. Meanwhile here, it's still Real Madrid 2, Manchester City 1, 53 minutes played, as Haaland nearly fed through in midfield and trying to escape away from Rudiger. Ball bounces away to the right-hand side for a throw as Manchester City look to attack towards the far right corner where their fans are housed, right in the top two tiers of the stadium. Not a massive allocation for Manchester City, but enough to have plenty of support as Bellingham gets taken down in the centre circle. Referee allows play on as he gets back onto his feet, sets Rodrigo free up to the edge of the penalty area. Rodrigo trying to slip the ball down to Bellingham, cut away by Akanji, and a vital interception from the Manchester City right back to take it out of Real Madrid possession. They give the ball straight back though as Bellingham, all of a sudden Ortega out of position. Bellingham inside the 6-yard box, just drags his shot wide. Manchester City under all sorts of pressure at the back, and Bellingham nearly had a free goal to shoot at. Ortega was right out on the right edge of his 6-yard box, had to get back central quickly. Fortunately had Bernardo Silva there to help defend. Stones nearly slipped over as well. Bellingham's shot at goal dragged well wide in the end. Ortega clears away. Haaland will shield the ball up against Rudiger, trying to stay on his feet. Wins a free kick for Manchester City. This one 35 yards away on the right edge of the box, in line with the 18-yard area pretty much. Haaland did really well up against Antonio Rudiger. Just shielded the ball, dragged in the foul, and once again Silva on top of this one. Grealish with him as well though. Could be either or to take this one. Andre Lunin just watches his players inside the 18-yard boxes. Grealish and Silva over the top of the free kick. It's Grealish right-footed in towards the penalty area, headed on over the bar. Great opportunity as Rodri rose at the back post. Grealish, superb cross. Rodri with the header, just couldn't quite keep it down in the end. Up against Kroos, rose ahead of him. Nearly a free header. Goal kick taken quickly by the home side and given away in possession. Akanji commits a foul and has to be careful, of course, on a yellow card. So just walks away from any danger. Just went through the back of Rodrigo. Trying to win the ball for his side though. Cruz plays it short towards Tchouaméni. Inside his own penalty area, passed all the way back to Lunin, now closed down by Grealish and Haaland as Real Madrid escape. Tchouaméni again, right corner of his own penalty area, will play out from the back. Blocked in the path though, almost by Silva. Vinicius Junior will try and set himself free. Stones stabs the ball back to midfield again. This time it's switched out to the left-hand side. Rodrigo plays the ball down the line. Lovely ball in towards Vinicius Junior, who can't quite find the targets. And it will be a goal kick as well. Sliding in was Ruben Dias. Rodrigo waited for the run. Vinicius Junior, first time strike on his left foot. Only a few inches over the bar. Could quite easily have smashed it into the back of the nets. Real Madrid fans behind the goal thought that might have been in. And all of a sudden the home side with quick fire chances to try and make it a third and take the game away from Manchester City in this first leg of the quarter-finals of the Champions League. Clearance away from Ortega, all the way out for a Real Madrid throw on the far side, and Jack Grealish just couldn't quite jump high enough. Carvajal stands on halfway, looks back towards his own half and waits for an option to throw the ball back into play. Does eventually throw to Camavinga, back to Carvajal hugging the right touchline. Camavinga now breaks through into the centre circle, escapes one challenge, won't escape another, and Manchester City will have the advantage as Foden plays through the centre of the attacking half, out to the left hand side. Grealish waiting to make a run, held up by Kovacic instead. Rodri back out to Kovacic, back again towards, this time, Gvardiol. Played out to Akanji, waiting for Silva on the right. Instead it goes back into the middle again. Rodri now turns, looks for Kovacic. City teasing on the edge of the final third and playing down the line. Now it's out towards Silva, right edge of the box, looking to cut onto his left, further back to Akanji, who goes back to halfway again. Good possession for Manchester City this, as they look to break through the back line. Bernardo Silva, once again right corner of the penalty area, plays through to Foden, helped on by Akanji as well. Back out to Silva. Silva now will drive up to the edge of the penalty area, trying to get the ball on his left, just does a turn away from Cruz. Back to the centre of the attacking half again though. Akanji through towards Foden, just challenging up against Cruz as well, who tries to stab the ball away, and Foden will go down to the ground. The referee allows play to continue though, as Foden gets back onto his feet right in front of the referee's face as well. Quite happy. Manchester City though still trying to keep the opportunity alive as it rolls away. A loose pass out towards Bernardo Silva, and Real Madrid have themselves a cheap throw-in. Late challenge on Foden. The referee allowed play to continue though, as City still have possession. Meanwhile in the centre circle, Camavinga taking down Rodri. This game just getting a little bit feistier now. Still Real Madrid 2, Manchester City 1 as we hit the hour mark, and Real Madrid give the ball away right across midfield. And the away side will bring it forward once again. It's fizzed out to the right. Silva now runs up to the edge of the penalty area, helped out to the right edge of the box. Foden turns onto his left, further back out again. Foden straight down into the keeper's hands, and Lunin can collect inside his 6-yard box. Foden, powerful left foot, wasn't really looking at goal either, was looking out to the left edge of the box. Just tried to turn on his left foot, maybe trick someone. And once again, Manchester City will break forward again, the ball given away. Bernardo Silva, this time parried inside the penalty area. Rudiger has to clear away. Haaland was waiting as well. And Manchester City now with a couple of quick fire opportunities. Played into the centre circle, out to Stones now. Stones will drive forward through the attacking half. just turns to his left, turns to his right as well. Play back towards Gvardiol. Akanji into the final third, back to Silva this time. Silva looks through the middle. Kovacic back out to the right again. Akanji trying to worm his way into the penalty area. Silva once again, short pass back to Akanji. Nowhere to go for Manchester City at the moment, and they'll have to try and start something again. Played out towards Silva. Silva now works his way up to the edge of the penalty area, further right to Foden. Foden to Stones now, centre of the attacking half under pressure from Vinicius Jr. And it's out to the left this time for City. They give the ball away. Toni Kroos with a vital interception, and now it's an opportunity for Vinicius Jr. to break away. He's on his own at the moment as Manchester City try and get back. Vinicius Jr. turns away towards the edge of the penalty area, gets taken down as well, taken on by Rodrigo. Rodrigo, left corner flag to Kroos, to Rodrigo again, now on the left hand side of the box. We'll try and switch it in if he can. Back to Kroos again. Referee has let quite a few challenges go this evening. Let the advantage play. And Madrid still in possession as well. Rodrigo, left corner of the penalty area this time, back towards Vinicius Jr. further back, and Valverde tries to get a strike from the edge of the D, just slices it high and over the bar, and a great opportunity been and gone for Real Madrid, who found themselves in a great attacking position as Manchester City lost the ball at the other end. Elsewhere in the quarter-finals of the Champions League, Arsenal 1, Bayern Munich 2. Nearly 23 minutes left to go in that game. Still Real Madrid 2, Manchester City 1 here, and there's games all across England as well this evening in the Championship, and the race at the top of the table goes on. Southampton leading by 2-1 at home to Coventry City. Leicester, league leaders, are losing by 1-0 away at Millwall, while Leeds drawing 0-0 at home to Sunderland. It could all change once again in the Championship, but we're in the Champions League this evening, and it's Manchester City who will try and start the next attack in the centre circle. Played out to the left-hand side as Kovacic looks through the middle. Out to the right this time, long diagonal ball, finds Foden. Foden down towards the byline. Silva cuts away from Kroos and gets a vital touch to pass back to Rudiger. Still up against his own byline at the moment, Rudiger, as he eventually clears down towards Bellingham. Can only flick the ball back to Akanji. Akanji through the centre. Kovacic. Rodri looks out to the left, and Grealish in a bit of space now, turns up against Carvajal. Grealish up to the edge of the byline. Grealish just trying to get the ball in. Carvajal sliding to take the ball away for a Manchester City corner. It's the first corner of the evening, and we've played shy of 65 minutes, believe it or not. Grealish, short corner played out to the left, back to Grealish again. Played up to the edge of the D this time, and Gvardiol just gets fouled on the ball, and Real Madrid will try and break away. Vinicius Jr. on the left, Haaland cuts back, concedes the throw, but did really well, Erling Haaland, to defend away. Vinicius Jr. up against Haaland again, who throws in a challenge, and Akanji collects the ball back for Manchester City, but in no real urgence to get forward at the moment. Foden to Rodri, out to the right with Silva. Silva will push forward. Could potentially see Kevin De Bruyne make an appearance towards the back end of the second half. Pep Guardiola let to make a substitution, either is Carlo Ancelotti. Stones looks out to the right of the final third again. Bernardo Silva drives 20 yards away from goal, just turns back to Akanji to the edge of the centre circle. Diaz. Kovacic now turns away from Camavinga, who eventually gets the challenge in, and it's deflected into his path as well. Can't quite escape from his own half. Back to Manchester City again. Stones through the centre. Foden will try and turn, wins the ball at the second attempt, to the edge of the box, shot blocked, and played away to the right hand side, and now Valverde will try and break away. Bellingham in the centre circle, long ball out to the right. Valverde will chase on, but will be beaten to it by Ortega. Takes the ball back into his penalty area and collects and will distribute away to the right hand side. Looking to set the ball free quickly. Grealish now in the centre circle, moving positions back into his own half again. Manchester City will feel a little bit more alive. They've had the more recent chances. Grealish looking through the centre, might look left as well, and he's played out to Kovacic. Further back, Rodri will stand shy of the centre circle. Diaz now. Akanji looks out to the right hand side. Foden asking for the ball through the middle. Instead it might be played out to the right. Silva, right edge of the penalty area. Silva now drives towards the byline, cuts away, left footed pass back towards Stones, across to Foden, edge of the box. It's 2-2. Phil Foden just inside the D, left footed into the top corner, and Manchester City are back on level terms. Lovely passing again from Pep Guardiola's side as Silva to Stones, one touch, quick layoff. Foden, who tested out Lunin earlier on in the half, this time pinpoint accuracy to the top corner. There's no stopping those, and it's Real Madrid 2, Manchester City 2, and this quarter-final tie is well and truly alive, and this is only the first leg. There's still another 90 minutes to go at the Etihad Stadium in Manchester in a week's time. Phil Foden celebrated with his manager. 5 goals in 7 games in the competition for Phil Foden. 66 minutes is the goal time, by the way, as Real Madrid get things back underway. With a note at half-time as well that Camavinga's equalising goal has been taken as a Diaz own goal. By the way, it's Real Madrid 2, Manchester City 2, and it's the away side now that might have the momentum to go forward again. Stones shy of halfway, plays out to the left and chased on by Gvardiol, loose by Valverde to the edge of the box. Loose shot comes in and deflected into the hands of Ortega. Carvajal just thought he'd have a crack. There's Kovacic now into the centre circle with Stones. To Kovacic again, looks to play forward. Stones now looks out to the right hand side. Loose pass picked up by Cruz. Cruz can only deflect the ball back into a Manchester City player's path as Haaland now puts pressure on the back line. Tchouaméni back to his goalkeeper, looking to clear short to Rudiger to his left hand side, inside the box still. Rudiger to the right this time. Chipped forward by Tchouaméni, finds Carvajal over halfway with a bit of pace about him. Well worked back though in the end by Gvardiol. Man City will try and push forward once again. Kovacic shy of halfway, plays across to Rodri, looks into the centre circle. Kovacic again, just waiting for the opportunity to make a long pass somewhere. Grealish is waiting out on the left touchline, and still is. Kovacic passes short to Rodri through the middle again. It finds the feet of Rodri. Played out to the left by Gvardiol. Grealish now up against Valverde, trying to turn away from him. Grealish to the edge of the final third, plays back to Stones this time. Gvardiol helps it out to the right hand side where Foden's waiting. Definitely being covered now by 2 or 3 players. Akanji into the centre circle. Man City will still keep hold of the ball and look to play forwards. All the way back to Ortega though. Man City will start from the back afresh. Still keeping the ball inside their own half as Ortega, all at his feet, out short right to Akanji, Plays through the middle, and an opportunity now for Rodri to try and push the ball forward. Rodri turns in the centre circle, looks out to the right hand side. Foden out to Silva. Silva to Foden. Manchester City moving from right to left. Foden, diagonal ball out towards Jack Grealish now, and players moving their way forward as well. Grealish worming his way into the penalty area, just trying to cut the ball back to the edge of the box. Gvardiol might be able to take a strike on his right, and it's in! Josko Gvardiol puts Manchester City into the lead for the first time since the second minute. Grealish inside the box pulled it back, and Gvardiol on the edge of the box. A right-footed strike to match the left foot of Foden only moments ago. And in the 71st minute, the game has turned again. It's Real Madrid 2, Manchester City 3. And fantastic work from Grealish to Gvardiol. Heavy touch, but still managed to curl the ball towards goal. Ran towards it, just put his laces through it really, and still got the curve. And it's triggered Real Madrid into making a couple of substitutions as well. Rodrigo and Cruz making their way off. There's Brahim Diaz and Luka Modric make their way on. Double change. Rodrigo, who most recently scored the goal that put Real Madrid 2-1 up, and all of a sudden, in the space of 5 minutes, Manchester City now have the lead, and at the Emirates as well, it's fortunes turning for the English sides as Leandro Trossard has just made it 2-2 between Arsenal and Bayern Munich as well. Of course, the second leg's to follow in these quarter-finals in a week's time. What a quarter-final will be set up for as well as Real Madrid break forward again up to the left edge of the penalty area. Vinicius Junior just blocked by Akanji, and away for a Real Madrid corner, their first of the evening, with only 18 minutes to go. Shows how long the ball has actually been in play for, how few corners have been conceded as well. One corner apiece. Of course, you can keep up to date with all of the statistics live on the Flash Score app with text commentary if you've missed any opportunities and chances or goals as well. Corner swung in towards the penalty area. Ortega gets a good punch away out towards the far side, and it bounces off the corner flag away for another corner to Real Madrid. And Bellingham for a moment wanted to take a short corner and tries to urge the crowd up. Modric runs over towards the corner, will try and outswing this one into the penalty area. Luka Modric, Bellingham and Rudiger standing over Jack Grealish, who's being pushed at the moment inside the penalty area. Swung out towards the head of Camavinga and cleared away by Foden, who throws his left boot at the ball to clear it over halfway and well down the left hand side away for a Real Madrid throw. Fantastic work from Foden to watch the ball down onto his left and clear it away with such power. Just over 15 minutes to go. Real Madrid 2, Manchester City 3, live on flashscore.co.uk and the mobile app as well. And you can keep up to date with everything going on over the next couple of days and across the next few weeks as well. Starting tomorrow evening with the other quarter-finals, Atletico Madrid against Borussia Dortmund. Mark Strange, your commentator, at 8 o'clock. Or there's also Paris Saint-Germain against Barcelona, and that game is being covered by David Farini. And then on Thursday, the Europa League games in action. Bayer Leverkusen against West Ham. Henry Deacon, your commentator. Mark Strange covering Benfica Marseille. Josh Smith, Liverpool Atalanta. David Farini, AC Milan and Roma. And myself in the Europa Conference League on Thursday night at 8 o'clock for Aston Villa against Lille. Back here at the Santiago Bernabeu, still Manchester City, who have come back from being 1-0 up to 2-1 behind, and two fantastic strikes, one from Foden on his left and then one from Gvardiol on his right to find the top corner. superb. As Manchester City have themselves a corner as well here. Grealish works his way down the left-hand side. It's played into the box. Carvajal heads away, back towards the halfway line this time. Manchester City struggling to clear, and it's breaking through the centre this time. Brahim Diaz trying to worm his way through, well guarded and shielded away by Kovacic. Just turns with Rodri back to Ortega. Ortega will take his time. So look for the pass through the middle. 15 minutes now to go. Real Madrid running out of time to find another answer. Manchester City will keep hold of the ball for as long as possible, potentially, as Foden passes back to Akanji. Just rolls up his sock, Foden, on halfway as Akanji walks around with the ball. No pressure at the moment. Plays forward to Silva, turns back into his own half and across to Diaz. Diaz now looks out to the left, and it's a short pass to Gvardiol, running forward to get onto the pass from Grealish. He'll take a heavy touch to the edge of the D, but a powerful strike as well, as Ortega clears away to the left, nearly picked up by Grealish, asking for the throw, and it'll be given away for Real Madrid to throw back into play as Carvajal throws quickly to Modric. Modric turns up towards halfway, looks down the right, Carvajal into the attacking half once again as Real Madrid look to press forward. Brahim Diaz now back to Modric on the halfway line, squares out to the left with Rudiger. Rudiger brings the ball forward through towards Vinicius Jr. Quick pass from Bellingham as well. Bellingham basks back to Rudiger again though. Luka Modric back to Rudiger. Madrid, we've had a decent amount of possession this evening. Have more recently been tied down to about 30% with Manchester City attacking. They will come again down the left-hand side as Bellingham, just midway inside the attacking half, hugging the left touchline, played across the back. Camavinga now into the centre circle. Luka Modric whips the ball up to the edge of the penalty area. The referee waves away challenges of a penalty on Bellingham, who went down from the challenge from Akanji. He was just holding his shoulder. Bellingham might just have gone down a bit too early. And it will just be cleared away by Manchester City from the goal kick as the ball rolled away. Man City with more attempts in the second half, double that of the first with 8. Cleared away by Ortega, headed in midfield as Real Madrid win it back again. Luka Modric now will drive through the centre of the attacking half. Vinicius Jr. to his left-hand side, uses him well as well. Vinicius Jr. towards the back post. Valverde! Oh yes! It's 3-3! On the right edge of the box, took it first time on the half volley. Federico Valverde. And almost immediately Real Madrid equalise again with 12 minutes to go. This game is still going to have another turn, surely. It was on the volley from Valverde as it was chipped in from Vinicius Jr. Sweet as you like on his right, nestled into the left. That's superb from Federico Valverde. Wow, have we got a tie on our hands this evening. Real Madrid 3, Manchester City 3. This game turns again. And now it's Manchester City's worry, perhaps, that the 2-goal swing could happen again. Real Madrid will be hoping they can sort something out. Pep Guardiola will be hoping that his side can regain the lead again. But 3-3 as it stands to take back to the Etihad next week. Could go all the way, you know. Real Madrid in possession in the centre circle. Rudiger looks to play the ball to Modric forward. Haaland could potentially have got onto the end of it. There's a lovely ball in towards the penalty area, stabbed down by Bellingham, and just can't quite get the ball towards goal. Played into the penalty area, and Bellingham across 6 yards just beat Ruben Diaz to the ball, headed it down, and Stones was there to knock it away for a corner. Slams his arm against the post. Corner to Real Madrid. Modric over this one. Referee just pointing out a few pushing and shoves in the box. Modric, right-footed ball out, swinging to the edge of the box. Bounces over the head of Bellingham. Players down as well. Switched back in by Diaz. Just blocked away, and Foden now will try and break through halfway. No one really with him though, and has to pass back dangerously to a teammate as well. Grealish now asking for a foul in the centre circle. Will pick up the ball instead. Running through, taken down by Camavinga. The referee will not blow for a free kick, or will blow for a free kick, as someone's been shown a yellow card in the melee. Carvajal has been shown a yellow card. Not for the challenge on Jack Grealish, but for reacting to it. 9 minutes to go. Either one of these teams could grab a winner, but it's the home fans back in spirits again, waving their scarves around, jumping up and down. It's 3-3. Confirmation of his yellow card as Man City play the free kick to the right hand side. Stones down to Foden, right corner of the penalty area, back to Stones again, looking to feed through Silva. Just passes back to Foden again, can't quite get the shot away on his left, so Silva in making advances, wormed his way around Akanji and Ruben Diaz as well, just to slot the ball past Ortega. But since then, all through towards Silva, then eventually concedes a foul, and Real Madrid have themselves a free kick deep inside their own half. What a game this has been this evening, and what a showcase for the Champions League, and the defending champions, of course, Manchester City, and looking for their 15th European title, Real Madrid, in this competition. Past and present, two giants up against each other in this quarter-final. As I say, there's another 90 minutes to follow next week. Can't wait for that one. Luka Modric up towards halfway, brings it out to the left-hand side. Bellingham turns out towards Vinicius Jr, goes down to the ground. Referee waves play on as Bellingham slams the ground in frustration. I don't think a referee was going to offer a foul. Back to Modric, centre of the attacking half. Modric now out to the left again, picked up by Ferland Mendy. Down the line to Vinicius Jr, back to Bellingham, to Modric. Looking to switch play to the right with Carvajal, closed down quickly by Grealish though, so has to go back towards halfway. Tchouaméni into the centre circle. Modric once again will look to drive the ball forward up to the edge of the penalty area, taken down well by Valverde. Carvajal plays the ball down the line, it'll be shielded away by Rodri, and away for a goal kick to Manchester City. And Real Madrid not too happy, as Brahim Diaz convinced that there was a touch from the Man City defender. What a great set of goals we've seen in this second half from Phil Foden's left-footed strike on the edge of the D, Gvardiol's heavy touch but right-footed strike, and then a volley, a fantastic volley from Federico Valverde to make it 3-3 at the Emirates with a minute of normal time left to go. It's still Arsenal 2, Bayern Munich 2. Arsenal took the lead after 12 minutes before Gnabry and Harry Kane on the half-an-hour mark made it 2-1. 5 minutes of added time in that game. We'll be short into that in a moment's time. Trossard with the equalising goal there. This evening, though, everything started after 2 minutes. Bernardo Silva curling a free kick into the corner of the net, and a fantastic one as well. Ruben Diaz with an own goal on 12. That's what it goes down as As Camavinga curled a ball towards goal, took a huge deflection. Manchester City in the meantime breaking forward again. Foden up to the edge of the penalty area, just cuts back, deflected away by Real Madrid. Out to Grealish now on the left hand side. Grealish looking to turn away from Carvajal, drives towards the byline. Grealish looking to get the block in to try and win the corner. Eventually it goes away for a goal kick. Manchester City have a player down in Phil Foden on the edge of the D. It might just be a stoppage in play for the Manchester City man who scored the equalising goal. Foden, just as he was making his way through, pulled up on his left foot, just got dragged, maybe just a heavy toe, and his facial reaction said it all, as just landed awkwardly on his left foot maybe, Phil Foden. In the meantime, it's the end of the evening for Vinicius Jr. There's Joselu makes his way on for Real Madrid. Still no changes for Pep Guardiola and his side, and might just be happy, but Phil Foden here just felt a tweak in his calf maybe, rather. I think it will trigger Julian Alvarez to make his way on. Pep Guardiola taking no further risks with Phil Foden, who's back on his feet, just takes a heavy breath, hands on his knees, just trying to walk off the pitch. And Foden with the equalising goal after 66 minutes. Might just need to be taken off here, as Manchester City do make the substitution, and Julian Alvarez will make his way on. Apart from that though, I don't think Pep Guardiola was considering making a substitution really. Phil Foden just picking up a knock, and will be watched and monitored over the next couple of days, and hopefully we'll be able to get back onto the pitch quickly. No doubt just a muscle can be sorted out. Seems to be walking okay as Real Madrid get things back underway. There will be a few minutes added on at the end of this second half, and maybe one final turn of the game. Real Madrid passing dangerously across their own back line, as Mendy has to go all the way back to Lunin. Lunin now through the centre of his own penalty area, looks out to the left hand side. Mendy plays down the left, and it's just about kept in play, but given away to Manchester City. Akanji breaks down the right, looking to try and find the ball out towards Silva. Silva back flick back towards the edge of the box, nearly taken forward by Silva. The referee blows for a foul and will show a yellow card as well to Bernardo Silva for his taking down Madrid. Look to play forward once again up to the edge of the penalty area, taken away on the edge of the box and played forward again. Manchester City will look to try and defend away. Played back towards Mendy. Mendy back out to the left hand side and taken away once again. Apologies by the way if there have been any interruptions during this second half, as been a couple of cutouts during the game as Manchester City look to defend once again. The ball played in towards the penalty area from Modric, and it's headed away by Stones as Bellingham was waiting at the back post. It will be a corner to Real Madrid into the 90 minutes. Modric to the corner, played back to Modric again. Back out to the edge of the box, and Diaz, deflected shot into the penalty area. There's a crowd of bodies as the shot comes from the edge of the D. Carvajal fires wide, and it will be a goal kick to Manchester City, who will try and tick time away. 4 minutes of added time at the end of this second half, and 4 key minutes really now for both sides. Neither will want to concede late on. Ortega clears away with his right foot. And one of these teams take advantage of these final 4 minutes. Maybe, just maybe, snatch a late winner. Grealish out on the left, just gets dropped down to the ground. Free kick to Manchester City. Haaland is urging his teammates to get forward here. Edge of the box, Haaland just waving his right arm forward. Valverde just taking down Manchester City man. Kovacic leaves this one for Alvarez to take. Alvarez, left arm, trying to float the ball up to the edge of the 18-yard box. Instead plays down the left-hand side to Grealish. Back to Alvarez once again. Alvarez now turns back towards the centre circle. Diaz to Akanji. Akanji will break down the right this time, played up towards the edge of the penalty area. The ball sails all the way through in the end for Ortega to collect once again. Ortega now clears out towards Akanji under pressure. Akanji fizzes out to the left-hand side, picked it well by Gvardiol, who thought he might have scored the winner this evening, as Jack Grealish now gets taken down, running back inside the defensive half. Carvajal on a yellow card, of course, just limping back onto his feet, and he might be in a bit of trouble. Might be asking for a substitution. As Grealish and Carvajal both get back onto their feet, and the referee just taps both of them on the shoulder. They both shake hands as well. A 50-50 challenge really, where Grealish just got knocked down to the ground. It will just be a free kick to Manchester City. It's all over at the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal 2, Bayern Munich 2, so Arsenal will go to the Allianz Arena in Munich in search of a victory. Meanwhile, the all guns blazing at the Etihad, and only a few years ago did we have a 4-3 matchup between these two sides at the Etihad, Manchester City winning that one. In more recent times though, it's Man City who have dominated this game. Still not over yet either. Manchester City out on the left touchline. Look down the line towards Haaland, up against the byline, flicked away for another Manchester City throw. This time it's on 12 yards, and Tchouaméni just threw his boot in front of Haaland. Alvarez with the ball in hand. A minute of stoppage time to go. Down towards the corner, kept in play by Grealish, trying to win something again. Blocked away by Camavinga this time, and Real Madrid will be able to win the ball back and look to clear down the right hand side. Played forward once again into the centre of the attacking half, but Manchester City win the ball back initially. Real Madrid will look to launch forward. Maybe they've got 30 seconds to get one final attack in. As challenging for the ball, Ferland Mendy to Modric, out to the right, Carvajal over halfway. Modric now running forward with a bit of pace as well, waiting for the run inside the penalty area. Here's Joselu. He's got to get there first though, dragged across the byline, blocked away for a Real Madrid throw on the far side, and an opportunity again, 5 yards away from the byline. They've got to hurry up though. The referee waiting to blow the full-time whistle, and has turners. The full-time whistle does go here at the Santiago Bernabeu. Carvajal didn't take the throw in quickly enough, but what a game we've seen here this evening in the first leg of this Champions League quarter-final. Started off by Bernardo Silva after just 2 minutes, scoring a superb free kick. Then Camavinga, who got a deflected shot off Ruben Diaz, and it goes down as an own goal on 13 minutes to make it 1-1. And then Rodrigo a minute later, slotting the ball past Ortega, made it Real Madrid 2-1 to Manchester City at half-time. Second half, though, was all Pep Guardiola's side as Phil Foden, just over the hour mark, curled a left-footed shot into the top corner, and one of the goals